Hey there, it's Nathalie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. So what I want to show you today is this little tin that I have embellished with junk papers. And I want to show you how to do that. So you can use like a regular Altoids tin. Oh, this is not a rug. This is my kitty, no, and she loves to be wherever it is that I am. Anyway, I've got some like Caran d'Ache crayons in here that I'm just using this. You can line it on the inside or not, and but I'm going to show you how to do this now. I've already done a video, I'll put the link below, on how to create these messy papers from just your leftover papers. But I also purchased some tins that don't have the Altoids impression in the top of it, that are just plain, and I got those from the Fabrication Factory company on Etsy, and I'll put that link in the description box below. So I'm going to move the cat out of the way, gather up my papers, and show you how to embellish you a box similar to this. All right? So my first step is going to be to look through these pieces. I'm going to start on the bottom. I've got some paper towel pieces. These will be really good for the sides, although I could use some of these for the sides. Anyway, I'm going to use this one for the bottom, and I want to like decide which. I think I want this one to show, and I am going to just draw a little line. I'm going to line that up on that side and use my pencil. See if I can see that. And I can almost see that. I know that you can't. That's okay. You can trust me. And I'm going to use some matte medium to adhere this. You could use Mod Podge. I would use matte. You can use gloss if you want to. I like the way that the matte looks a whole lot better. All right, I can barely see that little line right there. Let me see. There it is. I guess I could have used like a Sharpie or something like that. I did put my mark on the back side. Not that it matters, because this is pretty messy anyway. Set those to the side. And so that's going to be my bottom. That's on the top. That's going to be the bottom right there. So this is, I use the Liquitex. You can use whichever brand you want. And like I said, if you want to use Mod Podge, you can. Now my hands are going to be like playing in school glue, you know. Like you used to put it on your skin and pretend like you could pull your, you put the glue on your hands and then peel it off like you were peeling your skin off. That's about what it's going to be like. Alright, and so right now I'm just going to press those edges down. I'm not going to seal back over the top of it. I will do that here in just a little bit. Scooch that just a little bit. Alright, so I've got that adhered down. And then I think I'll go ahead and I'm going to sit this on top of that just because, so it's not sticking to the paper. And I'm going to wait about doing the top. I'm going to do that last. Although I could put like an underpaper on there. That's not going to be like my favoritist thing. This would probably be good. Alright, so now I want to figure out how wide I want to do these papers, and I could do these firmer papers So I've got a good clean edge there. I'm going to fold that just a little bit. So, I mean, you could measure it and mark it, but I'm just going to fold it and then give myself a little bit. So there's my fold. And I'll go ahead and cut me several of these papers, not of that same pattern. Make sure I stay in the frame here. I could probably stack this up and cut several at a time, but what fun would that be? That's kind of interesting. Okay, so there's my 3 pieces. So what I'm going to do now is, what do I want at the front? This one. Now, I'm not going to go underneath the lip because it might tear the paper. So I'm just going to leave that closed, and I'll put that right up close. And I think for this, I am going to put the matte medium on. I like that yellow edge. I'm going to put the matte medium on the back side of the paper instead of on the tin itself. And then I'm going to squish it just a little bit right up against that edge. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, so that kind of makes the paper a little bit limber, and that's going to be good. So what we're going to do on the corners, on the edges, clip in, and then be sure you wipe your scissors off. I'm going to do about 3 clips on this one, and the same over here. One more. Press that down, and then we're going to ease those little corners in. Okay, and then I'm going to do another one, and then I'll go off camera to do some more because you kind of get the idea. So I'm into this edge. Do I want to? I'm going to tear that edge. And what do I want at the top? And this got a little shine to it, so I'm going to tear that, and then I'll overlap here and go around like that. Let's bring this around a little bit further. There. So I've got that little overlap right in there. And so you can use your painty paper towels to do this. You can use some of your jelly papers, some of your scrapbook paper, napkins. You know, those pretty napkins. You'd probably need to paint your tin though if you're going to use some napkins, because they're sometimes a little on the transparent side. And with the paper towels, I usually just use the one layer with paper towels. Clip and clip. So this little tin is pretty cool. I mean, it's not, I mean, it is the same shape as the Altoid tin, but it also has a watercolor palette inside. All right, so music paper, and will it go all the way around? Look at that. Does it meet? I think it does. It does. I am in Texas. It has been so hot here, like 107, 110. And it's not even summer yet. That's next week. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and brush this just so that I can, it'll seal it. Press everything down. I may come back and put a little something just because, but it's the bottom, so this is not really important. Well, it is important. The whole thing is important, right? All right. So there's the top, and I think that I want to do the sides first on this. So I'm going to do that off camera exactly the same way I did this, and then I'll come back and embellish the top. Alright, so now I'm just going to work through my process and see how this turns out. Got this little torn piece. This is my top, and there's the bottom of it. And so with these little pieces being on the folded over like this, I think I want to go ahead and just tear some other pieces. I'm going to go ahead and distress the edges. And I know some of you use like a little pad or something, but this little pad's almost dead. And I'm going to go ahead and distress this one. And I have other colors besides black. So you can use whatever color you want to if you're going to do something like this. Get a hold of that. Cat hair. Huh. Yes, cat hair. I'll drop this down a little bit and let part of it come over to the front. There's the front side, and so that'll be a little interesting piece there. Then this one, I want this to overlap. I might put one more little overlapping piece. Oh, I like that with that purple and then the turquoise right there. I want something to go right there, and so I've got that piece, like that, or pink. It looks like a face. I think I'll do this edge. That's what I want. Or do I want another little pop of yellow? I think I want another little pop of yellow instead of this one. All right, I am going to go ahead and go with this kind of red color one. So I've got my under layer showing through. It doesn't have to, but I've covered up all of my little folded over edges. I think I want to put one more something, and it could be this, or it could be a circle, or I think a circle would be a little on the boring side. But I want something. That's kind of interesting. And I've got this with these little dots. I'm going to put a word on here too, so right, I have a piece of washi tape that has dots on it. I think that's what I want to put on there, and then I'm going to put a word or a phrase on here. And I know it'll stick, but I want to went ahead and put some of the medium down. And so it goes a little transparent, and that's what I want. All right, now I'm going to go look for some words. Okay, well, I looked at some of my Tim Holtz words, and then I decided, you know, I did this for a project that I'm working on my iCAD, an index card a day for 2020. 2022, I'm sorry, and I've downloaded some words from another place, but these I had already made, and they're mostly Christian themed, you know, choose joy, be still, be present, fearless, let God, courageous. And so I'm going to do warrior chick for her, for this tin, and I'm going to crumple it a little bit. Just because if you're a warrior chick, you kind of get a little beat up sometimes. I'm just saying. And then I'm going to use some turquoise ink. Go ahead and distress the edges. And then I'm going to just kind of come across the top of this, hopefully, and catch some of those wrinkles. Like that. Let me show you close. Like that. So I think that'll be kind of fun. And it kind of knocks back that white. And zoom in just a little bit. Anyway, you can download these words if you want to. You can go to myhallcloset.com. I'll put the link below. And you have to subscribe to get it for free. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my free good stuff library. But if you subscribe, you can download this for free. All right, so let me scoot this over. See if that's where if I want to put it down here with this one, right here in the middle, up there just a little bit, and I think that that's where I like that. It's right there. Right there. You're probably going, no, 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 move it, move it, move it. Don't put it right there. Wait, wait, wait. anyway, this is where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put a little bit more turquoise on that edge. Right there. We are almost through with this, so be sure, if you like this, give me a little thumbs up, share me with your friends, and subscribe. I am almost at 25,000 subscribers. I'm so excited about that. It's taken a little minute, but that's okay. It's not a race. All right, I think that this is, oh, you know what? Oh, I know what else I'm going to do. Let me get that edge. I think this will be fun. Let's distress the edge of the box and try not to get into that stuff there. Might let that dry a little bit and come back to that. Cut hair and distress the bottom of it a little bit. All right, I'm going to do one more thing. I've got this all glued down. I've got the edges all distressed. This is a gel pen, a G2 Pilot gel pen, and they're water soluble, so don't use them for writing a check, that's for sure. Okay, so I've just done a little on the bottom and the sides. I'm not going to do on the top. I'm going to grab me a little brush and a tiny little bit of water, and this is going to give me kind of a little drop shadow to kind of make that stand out. I know I should just stop, but I can't. So I think this is going to be it. So I've taken a little piece of paper and covered up my Warrior Chick just because. I splattered some white paint. I'm going to show you to see if I'd like it. It was already sealed, so if I didn't like it, I could just pat that off and go on. And I'm going to show you how I splatter. And you may be used to splattering. So I've got some thinned down, it's already thinned down, black paint. And I should put one of these paper towels underneath there, but that's okay. So I'm just going to do a little splatter, with a little bit of black. And then I think I'm going to grab some turquoise. I don't want to get too carried away with this. Right, too late. I'm sorry. Yes. A little bit of turquoise. You got to make it thin enough that it'll come off your brush. That's a little thick. So I am going to go ahead and add some water to that. So that I know that it'll come off my brush. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, now I think I'm done. I think I'm going to stop there with a little bit of splatter on there, a little Warrior Chick. I think this is going to be a really cute little palette box. And now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.